Dating when you have a kid is weird because people think that you're trying to make them a step parent. Hello? Have you seen the way that you act and the way that you live? Baby, I'm just trying to smash. There's no way. I'm not trying to get you involved for real. Babe. Oh my God, look at you. You thought I would make you a parent? It's gonna be a hell no for me, baby. It's a hell no for me. I'm just trying to smash.
Another thing that I'm jealous of that men really lucked out on is hookup culture, because it literally only works for them. But somehow, like, and I don't even think that the men convinced women to be this way. I think women convinced themselves, like, yeah, like, if I just sleep with him, like, it'll be better for me. And it's like, I just know that men sat back and thought, you're right, sweetheart. Let's try it. Let's try it out. Let's see. I think you're going to love it. And now, like, 10 years later, the women are like, oh my God, we didn't love it. We didn't love it.
Like, they love them some hoes. Like, they love them some hoes. I'm not saying go be a hoe. I'm not saying that don't do that. Don't do that. But I'm just saying boys love that shit. They really do. They love them a hoe.
Listen, I'm not here to shame man or woman for engaging in hookup culture. At the end of the day, it's your life, and I'm sure you're not going to listen to me anyways. All I'm saying is don't expect to be able to settle down in a nice, good relationship afterwards. Not because the other person won't allow it. Let's be real. I don't think you would actually tell them your real body count anyways, but more so because you really think after hooking up with 50 plus people, you're going to be able to do that? You think your brain is going to let you do that? You think you're just going to be able to settle down in a happy marriage? That's all I'm saying. Do whatever you want in this life, but don't complain about the consequences.
Women would say that men control hookup culture and it's men's fault. That's false. Hookup culture is actually women that control it. We control hookup culture because we're the gatekeepers of sex. And if guys aren't getting it, then they're going to have to commit. That's just how it is. So the faster women realize that, the better it is, and the sooner this hookup culture ends. Simple.
So when did we all collectively decide that we just don't do relationships anymore? It's just so frustrating because now I feel like, not that everyone's easy, but like, yes, everyone's easy. Like, everyone just wants to talk to people for sexual connection because they know that if you don't give it to them, they can easily get it somewhere else, which is fucking dumb. But then even if you are attracted to a guy and you give that up to a guy, then all of a sudden you're easy, you're unattractive, all of this. But then whenever you don't give it to them, they get frustrated and then just move on to the next. So what are we supposed to be? Genuinely. It's just so hard to figure out what guys want from women anymore. Like, what the fuck do you even want in a woman?
Men don't want to get laid, because I made a video saying that women need to sleep around more, parenthesis, because you need to discover that this D ain't that special. Anyway, but like, if you sleep around more men get laid, right? And there are still men in the comment section going, don't listen to her, girls. Don't listen to her. And it's like, sir, are you trying to keep your homeboys to yourself, or what's going on?
Having a high body count is not a flex. 10 times out of 10, you regret that shit. And just to think that you hooked up with a guy and then later on they regret it, that is like, it's not a pretty feeling to feel. Just don't do it, man. If you don't regret it, they regret it. That's gonna hurt your ego. Just stop there.
Men in the comments talking about, why as a woman should you have a roster? That's scary, blah, 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 blah. Bro, we don't need sex as much as y'all think we need sex. Like, it's really a choice. Just because a woman is talking to multiple men does not mean that she's being sexual with them. Y'all assume dating multiple people means having sex with them, doing sexual things with them. Like, women can literally just go out on a date and have fun and just talk and entertain and not have sex with them. Like, we don't need it that bad. We don't. Y'all know back in the day, this used to be normalized. Like, men would actually court a woman. Like, they would show up at their house, meet the family, sit down and have like a little date, a little chat, bring flowers. And multiple men would do this towards a woman with the intention of being with her and marrying her
okay? And then the best one would win. Y'all don't do that anymore. Y'all just like an IG post and think that's enough.
Never experiencing love is sending me into a spiral, okay? I'm 24. I've never had a boyfriend. I've been single my whole life, okay? And I just don't know what to do about it. I thought I was getting okay with the fact that I'm gonna be single and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna happen what's gonna happen. But honestly, it feels like a bunch of bullcrap right now because how come I'm like experiencing or seeing all of this love on TV shows or like people in my life or influencers I see getting married or all of these things? And like, why isn't that happening for me? And I know I'm 24 and I know I'm young, but also it sucks, okay? No one tells you how much it sucks to never experience romantic love. You're the one who always has crushes, you know? No one ever likes you back. And so you never even give yourself the chance to like anyone anymore that actually is in the real world. You like fictional characters like in books or TV shows or whatever you find on TikTok, you know? And it's just exhausting, okay? It's sending me in a spiral. I also think I'm ovulating and I am just sick and tired of not experiencing love, okay? Someone love me, please. Also, if anyone says anything like, oh, finding love isn't the main point of your life, get over it. You must have experienced relationships, huh? You must have experienced love. So you can like walk out that door and leave me the frick alone, okay? Bye.
I need a man. I've never said that I was strong or independent. Do I need a man to satisfy my needs? If you know what I mean? No. Most of them aren't good at that anyway. But I do need a man to support me financially. And when I married my ex-husband and he said his vows to me, he said, till death do us part. Marriage is a legally binding contract as well. So in our vows, he said he was going to provide for me until death do us part. And guess what? We're both alive. So by law, my ex-husband should be paying my bills. Do you understand? That's why we're going to court, because he's saying he should not be responsible for my bills anymore since we are no longer married. And I said, that's not what the marriage certificate said. It said till death do us part. But you know, even when I was married to him, he still never really satisfied my needs, which is probably why we ended up getting a divorce anyway. And now I'm a lesbian, if that tells you anything.
Just shut up and blow him. Just like physically shut your mouth and then choose to reopen it. Do not say anything, but just to insert him in your mouth. Because when I say that if we just shut up sometimes and did less nagging and more gagging, hey, things will actually start happening. The curtains you want hung will get hung. The leaves you want blowed or raked, however you want clean up, those things will get done if you stop nagging and do more gagging. So just shut up and stop reminding him and inspire him to do it. Because once he realizes that he will get more rewards by doing the things you want done instead of being punished for not doing them, it will happen. It's just giving him the inspiration to do it. And I know it's a hard concept to just shut up, but hear me out. If you do it, it will happen, okay? If you just stop reminding him and inspire him, things will get better. So just basically shut the fuck up.
And it's really no shade, but some women really are losers. Like, some women have absolutely nothing to say for themselves besides who they fucked and who they stood next to. Literally. You'll have one conversation with them, and the whole entire time, all they want to brag about is, oh yeah, and I fucked her nigga, and I fucked her man, and I was in the studio with this celebrity, and yeah, I know this celebrity's first name, and yeah, I was in the section with this celebrity. Like, damn, bitch. You ain't got no real achievements, no real accomplishments. Like, all you got to say for yourself is who you fucked and who you stood next to. Like, damn, bitch, actually go do something with your life.
Take it from a woman who's been in the industry for about 9 years now. A man will date you. He will bring you around his family. He will show you off to the world. But he will not marry you. And it will not be long term. Men, a high value man will not wife a Sexy Red, a Cardi B, a Megan Thee Stallion. They just won't. They just won't. It's just as simple as that. You cannot act like a Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, and then expect to have happily ever after marriage material with a high value man. It's just not going to happen. You cannot give off being a hoe and expect a good value man to marry you. It's not going to happen.
Something that I wish that a lot of women would understand, and if they understood this, this would help them when it comes to dating. It would help them get better outcomes. And that thing is, a lot of men, and I know this is going to be a hard pill for a lot of us women to swallow, is that a lot of men are really looking for free schmeck workers. Now, there might be a lot of guys in the comments saying that's not true. Every time a woman's on a dating app, a lot of the first questions that she gets is, do you want to come over? Are you trying to Netflix and chill? A lot of men are not looking for relationships, okay? A lot of them are looking for free schmeck. They're looking for women, basically a lady of the night that they don't have to pay. And my reasoning for why they don't want to pay these women is because it benefits the women. Men only want to do things that benefit themselves. So they don't want to pay a schmeck worker. They would rather lead a woman on and say, oh, we're in a relationship. I love you, baby. And extract resources from them. A lot of men are selfish, and I've already made a video exclaiming this. But a lot of men are just looking to take from you while they benefit and you have nothing in return. That is why all relationships are transactional, okay? Someone wins, someone loses, or both party wins. A lot of men like it where they win and you lose. They tell you, they promise you all of these things, and they fail. That is why, okay? When you are dating men, you need to think like a man. Think, what can I get out of this? Because a lot of men are thinking, what am I going to get out of this? What's between her legs? What am I going to get out of this? Can he help me? Can he benefit my life in any way? Going into that will stop you from getting hurt.
Okay, ladies, cuffing season is around the corner and I need you to listen up. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, cuffing season is that period of time at the end of the summer, beginning of fall, where the bottom of the basket of men, especially on dating apps, are looking to lock down, lock up, whatever, get cuffed to a nice lady with whom they're going to spend the winter and fight loneliness all the way until the next good season out of spring, summer, where they're going to let you down to go enjoy Summerfest. So here are a few ground rules that you must follow to avoid falling in the trap of cuffing season. Number 1, you will not give a try to that person towards whom you feel ambivalent just because you don't want to be lonely. We both know that regardless of the quality of that man, you are going to develop feelings, you are going to settle for the bare minimum, you are going to let a lot of red flags fly by, and by the end of spring, when he's going to dump your ass, because he will, you will cry over somebody you wouldn't even have looked at. So do yourself a favor, don't. No, you are not going to let that hookup settle down in your apartment and live with you over winter, even if he pulls out the magics of, oh, I've never felt this way before. Oh, your place looks so nice. Oh, no, compliments should not work on you for a rando to move in with you and live upon you for the whole winter. So quit your Mother Teresa costume and think about yourself first. And finally, even though I know you don't like it, you bond over S. So please spend some time learning how to take care of yourself instead of fantasizing about someone who will not even make you come. And yeah, you're probably gonna cry over this one. That one too. Sorry, brain bug. And remember, nothing looks more appealing than a loser in disguise. So do yourself a favor. You can do this. No, you're not gonna die of loneliness. Not this year. Find a girlfriend. Yeah, maybe give it a try to girls over winter. But do not let a bottom basket apple cuff you up.
A question I always hear women asking is like, why do men always go for the women that want a serious relationship rather than just go for the women that also just want to hook up, that also just don't want something serious and they just want to have fun. And it's not because women that want to hook up don't exist. They exist. Like, it's not that they can't find any women that just want to hook up. It's because it's a power dynamic. They want to coerce women, lie and manipulate and pretend to be somebody they're not. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, that's too dramatic. That's not true. They've told this to me to my face. A lot of them have admitted it. Men don't want to be with a woman that wants the same things. They want the power dynamic of it, and they want to trick and manipulate women into having sex with them to have power over you. That's what it's about. And this is why situationships are predatory and at the very least emotionally and mentally abusive. Because if you have to lie, scheme, trick, or coerce somebody into having sex with you, you're a predator.
I'm tired of being strong. I'm tired of being independent. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to be weak. I want to melt into the arms of my loved ones. I want to make my emotion everyone else's problem. And I don't want to feel guilty about it. I want to ask for help all the time without thinking twice about it. I want to be taken care of. I don't want to come to anyone's rescue anymore. I think I've done my time. And I know it sounds a little bit like I'm being a martyr right now, but I think I'm just someone who learned hyper-independence as a defense mechanism. And it's exhausting. That's all.
I just had a random thought. What a time to be alive for men right now. You can literally go to the gym and see the baddest bitch ever walking around in literally next to nothing for free. You can go to the grocery store now. You're just seeing the fattest asses in front of you just swallowing up tiny little biker shorts. Coochie just eating those shorts up everywhere. Just girl at your local gym doing squats in this cute little bodysuit. Just looking sexy. Coochie just swallowing up her skirt or shorts. And you don't even have to pay to see. You just have to show up to your local grocery store, gym, shopping mall, wherever. Everywhere you look, there's just hot chicks everywhere. You guys are lucky.
Furthermore, because romance isn't real and men do it on a very calculated basis because they just know that it's what a woman's going to want and that's how they like win a woman's attention. I think this is why the concept of like I want to be loved lesbianly comes from, because like when you have two women together who like both have this both feel the appeal and desire of like romantic gestures and they could do that towards each other, and then they're also more like obvious like what the gestures are. Like it's not in a way that I think like men usually have to go to like their sisters or like female friends or something to be like, what do I do? I have a woman I like what does she want? Like that's more obvious, I guess, in a lesbian relationship. But that's where that comes from. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's also where there's like this like fetishization of the idea of a lesbian relationship, and also how lesbian relationships get really desexualized. Because I think when people look at it, all they kind of like fantasize is the idea of a like hyper romantic, sensual, soft, delicate, attentive relationship, without realizing that like, yeah, I guess like lesbians are generally more romantic than heterosexual men, that's for sure. But they're also just like, I don't know, filled with sexual desire and able to like manipulate you and disrespect you and argue with you just as much as a man can.
Men who classify themselves as an ass or tits guy have no right to complain when a woman says that they want a man with a large phallus. If you've openly declared yourself as preferring ass over tits or vice versa, as well as openly stated that you prefer big or small whatever, then you have no right to complain when women talk about their own preferences. If you've ever made fun of a woman for her being too fat, having small boobs, or having a small ass, etc., then you have no right to complain when a woman talks about a man's penis size or his height or his strength, whatever. Because there is nothing wrong with having a preference, but there's something wrong with bullying and tearing someone down on purpose and making them feel bad about their body and something that they can't control. I think it's totally unnecessary and immature to make fun of someone for having, like, for example, a small penis. However, usually the first thing that a woman is attacked on is her appearance, so I really can't feel that bad for men. You may say that once you've had a woman lose interest on you, once she found out your penis size, or like when she saw you in person, she saw that you weren't that tall. And once again, your experience isn't unique. Many women are turned down due to their weight or their perceived level of beauty. Never ever have I seen a man's accomplishments be undermined by how fuckable he is or isn't. If you don't want people to be judgmental towards you, then stop judging others.
You men do realize that women are choosing to stay single. They're choosing to be single.
than actually being single. I have a lot of men on my TikTok comment and they're like, oh, where's your ring? Oh, where's your boyfriend? Oh, where's your husband? Y'all, I choose not to have one. It's not because men don't try to talk to me. It's not because men aren't in my DMs. It's not because men don't want to take me out. It's not because men don't want to marry me. I'm choosing. I'm choosing to be single, and I'm choosing not to have a man because it's embarrassing. Literally having a man right now is quite literally possibly the most embarrassing thing you could do right now. Like, it's kind of like an extracurricular activity or like a hobby you don't really want. It's like, why? Why? And I think it's so funny how men are so quick to hop on this app like, well, you're not married. Why would I want to get married to someone who's going to cheat on me? Every single person that I know that is married, about to get married, or in a relationship is either getting cheated on or literally miserable, and misery loves company and they just stay together. Does not sound fun. Literally, you're not selling me on the product at all. I choose to stay single because my expectations are not going nowhere, okay? My expectations are honestly still in the fucking gutter, to be honest, but I have self-worth and self-respect, so therefore I'm going to stay single because why would I just get a boyfriend because everyone's telling me to get a boyfriend and then have them treat me like shit and cheat on me? I'd rather just be single and do my own thing. But I just think it's hilarious how men like come on here and they're like, oh, well, you don't have a man. Yeah, I don't want one. I don't want you. I don't want one. Having a man is like having a child. I don't want to take care of anything. I don't want to take care of you. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to listen to you just run your mouth about how you're going to do all these things for me and then don't. I'm single because I want to be, not because men don't try to hit on me. And I want to make that very, very clear.